What's up, everyone? This is your boy Jermaine, back with another video. Back with another walking tour video. It's a little windy today. Hopefully, winds aren't too bad. Trying to figure out which way I'm gonna go. Let's go this way. So if you guys are watching this, make sure you're watching this on your Oculus or your 4K TV. Yes, yes, yes. Today, what's going on in the city today? Today is a Tuesday. And there's definitely a lot of people out. A lot more tourists than normal, I want to say. A lot more traffic downtown than normal. Majority of the time I spend my days in downtown. So when there's more people downtown, I definitely notice. I'm like, wow, yo, look at all these folks. Lots of tourists in the city. You know, I don't know. You just see like a bunch of people that you don't normally see, you know? You know, large groups of people, lots of folks taking photos. It's nice to see people coming back, see life coming back to this quiet place. Cool. Another day, another adventure. You know, out of so many walking tours, I always go to the same places, but it's always different. It's never the same exact route, you know? We're just gonna continue to Chinatown. We're gonna go up through, just go all straight up Grant Street. A few more blocks will enter Chinatown. And then we're gonna sort of zigzag a little bit, and then we'll take Stockton. And then from Stockton, I think I may like go climb over the hill and then take a different route instead of taking the Stockton Tunnel. The Stockton Tunnel is not, it's not the funnest thing to take, you know? It's like 4 blocks in a tunnel, you know? Continue to walk. I got like people freaking out over to the right. They like saw a camera and they're like, oh. Out of all the walking tours, I think that's like the first one. Or who knows, maybe they just noticed me from YouTube, you know? That could have been a thing too. Because I noticed sometimes people notice me and they don't, people always say like, oh, I saw you, but like I just didn't want to say anything, you know? I don't know, maybe they could have noticed, but it was like the chick turned around and saw the camera and then they kind of like stopped to let me walk by. It was probably, I don't know, it could have been either one. Got this building straight ahead here. You know, from this video, it may not look like it, but there is, you know, I guess not on this block. I guess this block's kind of quiet. Yesterday was Monday, and it was crazy windy. Otherwise, I would have made a walking tour video on Monday. So it was so much more action going on Monday. But I think this Monday was probably busier just because, you know, you have some people that come to the city and they stay and they check out on Monday, you know. So if they check out on Monday, that means that they're gonna be here all day on Monday. So that kind of makes a difference, you know. Wow. Got a big dog. Yeah, Bush is kind of quiet. What time is it? It is time to get out of the street. That's what time it is. The time is 4:41. So it's not too late, but it's also right around rush hour. Look at that shop. So many lights and crystals here. A ton. Normally there's like people always out here, like, no joke, there's like always people out here, but like right now it's kind of quiet. Up to 70% off. Free worldwide shipping. So it's kind of great for tourists because you can sort of shop, get some fancy glass lamp, and then they'll ship it to you. So that way you won't have to worry about shipping.
Yeah, well, that's the one.
Your glass lamp.
I'll call you from there because I'm not gonna remember. Peter? Oh, Peter! Again, why are you? Because I gave you my card!
Let's go this way.
I know.
I don't know what's going on back there. I wasn't really talking because I was kind of trying to listen in, you know, but I couldn't exactly tell what was going on. For a minute, I thought it was just a bunch of like some rich tourists just buying some shit out of that shop. Because you see that every now and then, you know. Some tourists come and they just be balling out, you know. Like once I was in the Oak store and I saw these Asian girls and they bought like 30 pairs of shoes, yo. They're just like, I want these, and on those, and these, and then I was still in there because I was in there to get a pair of shoes, right? And these Asian chicks literally bought, let's go to this park. Yeah, these chicks, they're like, well, I mean, let me take that back, they're Chinese. And they bought like 30 pairs of shoes, dude. It was nuts. I was just like, dang, that's a lot of money at the Oak store, you know? But that was a couple years ago when you would have like the Chinese people come to America and they would just buy stuff like crazy. That didn't last long. I don't know, it definitely didn't last long. This is a really cool park here. It's one of my favorite parks. Over here, it's a really cool angle. It might be windy in this area. So this building right here is like 555 California, which is like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 80% empty right now because of because people figured out that, you know, why commute back and forth to work when you can just work from home, you know? So I don't know. I kind of wonder what will happen with it. I've been hearing people talking about housing. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be housing, but what type of housing? You know, I don't know. I mean, just because it's a big building doesn't mean it's just easy to convert to housing. I mean, it could easily be converted to very, very expensive housing. And the reason why I say it could be converted to very, very expensive housing because of, well, you could just like more square footage, one person, you know, that whole scenario. So this here is like the Chinatown, it's one of the Chinatown parts here, but right down below is what you have, that's a financial district right down below. But here, this whole area, I want to say this right here is like Chinatown. It has that whole like Chinatown feel. I mean, to exit, you got to go over there, and that's Chinatown. So it's almost like we're in the financial district because there's like all these buildings around. But then it's also like we're in Chinatown too. But anyway, there's a really, really good cookie shop over there, Insomnia Cookies. Insomnia Cookie. I'm pronouncing it wrong, okay? They're from New York, and I remember going there years ago, and there's this cookie shop right down there. I've started a bunch of videos like right on that intersection. I really, really like that intersection. It's pretty cool. Streets are pretty quiet right now. Look at that. I mean, there's some traffic. Let's continue to walk. These people are doing some staring. Now, over here, I see a lot of people jogging. I see a lot of people coming here in the daytime doing exercise. I come to this park randomly. It is not one of my like normal, you know, daytime stops, you know. I'm more of a Market Street type person. And another thing about this park, it has one of these toilets. I know most people that are probably watching this from outside the city, you don't care and you have no idea what this means. But for anybody that's like walking around the city, you know, every now and then it's kind of hard to find a toilet. And this is probably one of the easiest ones to use because this park is not that busy. It's not like you know, trying to use one of these downtown. You know, if you're trying to use one of these downtown, it's gonna be freaking busy, yo. You know, it's always people in there. So it's, you know, they definitely have one here. I would walk through the park, but I feel like I always, whenever I come this way and I try to film, I always like go through the park and miss this first block. So let's just go back. We're gonna walk down this first block, and then we're going to get ready to take. We're gonna go zigzag and then go up to Stockton. Once again, I did say we're in Chinatown, right? Now, just because you see places looking like this does not necessarily mean this is a weird looking alley. I think this is one of the weirdest alleys in the city. Well, just because you see a place looking like this doesn't mean it's like closed down for good. It's like Tuesday when I'm filming this video. And Tuesday's not like the busiest day, or this Tuesday is not the busiest day. I mean, we got gas prices going crazy right now. Gas prices, it's like $6 a gallon out here. And then you also have, it's also the first of the month. So usually the first of the month it's not the busiest time of it's not the busiest time the first of the month, you know. Usually it's like after the 5th, 7th, you know. After the 10th or something, I kind of noticed that things change. More people that come to the city. But yeah, right now it's like it's sleepy out here. How's it going? Huh. Super quiet, yo. It is really quiet out. I mean, there's definitely a handful of tourists, you know. Definitely busier than it was like a couple of weeks ago, for sure. I mean, I remember a couple of weeks ago coming through here around this time, and it would kind of be, you know, kind of be quiet. Another thing about the tourists, though, I know a lot of people may wonder, like, how do you know if people are tourists or not? Well, it's kind of easy to tell. If you live in New York, I'm pretty sure you can probably figure this out too. But I think the key thing that points out tourists versus people living in the city is when you live in the city, you start to build up thick skin, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like I don't know, you're a little bit different than the tourists. The tourists come here and they're like all happy and they're like, oh wow, oh look at this and look at that and look at this and look at that. Once you've lived here for a little bit, you're not, nothing excites you anymore, you know? That's one. Also, once you live in the city, once you've been here for like just a little bit, not that long, just like maybe a month or so, and if you like go around, you'll kind of start to see what it's kind of like, right? For example, in the daytime, you'll notice that like if you go downtown in the daytime, normally you're gonna see people going to work, you know? If you go down to the financial district in the daytime, chances are it's not going to be, you know, a family from Pack Heights hanging out downtown in the financial district taking pictures, you know? That's probably going to be some tourists, you know? It's really, really easy to tell. It's really, really... And then also based off what they're wearing, too. Like, based off what they're wearing. So, for example, if it's in the middle of the day, and let's say it was cool earlier, right? Let's say it was, like, chilly earlier in the morning. And then it's, like, the middle of the day, and it's, like, maybe 60 degrees. You can always tell tourists because they're going to be, like... Not all the time, but usually, like, they don't have a lot of clothes on. Because, you know, they come from somewhere else. They're in California. The weather is always great in California. And little do they know, it's usually chilly in SF. But yet, you know, they have to, you know, show some skin, you know? And that's another way we can always tell. Also, another way is just certain neighborhoods, like certain neighborhoods like downtown, like Soma, right? Soma, dude. I don't really just see like blondes in Soma, right? Especially two walking down the street in Soma. You know what I mean? Like dressed up. You know, usually if you see two blondes walking in Soma, it's gonna be, you know, two tech workers, you know, maybe like, you know, they got backpacks and they got some North Face jackets on, or they got some tech company like gear on or something. You know, they're gonna have that look to it. But when you see like, you know, just two randomly, you know, I don't want to say hot chicks because like I have a partner and all that, but when you just see two random chicks, you know, like you kind of figure it out. Like it you know, it makes sense. This is not rocket science here. So right now we are in Chinatown. We deep up in Chinatown. I kind of felt like I've been telling the story for a minute. I haven't been talking about Chinatown, but I think if you made it this far in the video, you are probably into the story more than Chinatown. I'm just curious. I actually have to go up here, not too far. From there, I'm gonna go right, then we're gonna go down Stockton, and we're gonna go like over the Stockton thing, and then yeah, we'll end it like something like that. You know, instead of going, I almost want to take that alley. There's an alley that we could have taken, but well, I don't know. Let's see what has changed up here. So this here is going to be that new train station. I think it's going to be opening up pretty soon, actually. But this, from here, will take you down to basically where I'm going, which is well, I'm not exactly going straight there, but this train will take you to Market and 4th, which is kind of where I started at. You know, I took the train there earlier, grabbed some falafels to eat, and then now we went on a little walking tour. Y'all need a perm? $40. Y'all have your hair straight, yo. Hey, y'all running the red light over here, y'all. Gotta let my pedestrians cross the street. If I'm not mistaken, I think there is there's a stairwell up here. Hey, what's going on?
I haven't seen you in a while.
I was just thinking about you.
Really?
I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I haven't seen you in forever. I'm just making like a walking tour video.
All right, have fun.
I'll see ya. Funny. I was just thinking about her, and then like, bam, I just randomly saw her. She does a lot of patrols in Chinatown. So yeah, like I was wondering, like all the times I come in Chinatown, I never run into you. But I guess I just did, like randomly. So there is the idea of going up here and going across and going down. So I think that's probably what I'll do, because that definitely beats walking through this tunnel. Because if we go up, we actually enter a completely different neighborhood, which is kind of cool, you know. It's all right. Over here is the part of the city where the city has this paint where, like, if you pee on the walls. Sorry, I'm trying to go fast because there's a bunch of music. The city has this paint over here where, like, if you pee on the walls, it'll make it like the pee will come back and hit you. Don't exactly know how that works, but yeah, I guess people be there all the time that they have to come up with some sort of solution like that. So just like that, we're in a different neighborhood. That garage, oh, that thing look creepy, yo. Well, I don't want to talk about that garage, my bad. Allegedly, it looks creepy. Oh, look at this building. This looks very different, yo. This has that stone look. It reminds me of like Morocco. And then this here across the street on the left, this is some fancy hotel. I can't remember, Ritz-Carlton. Yeah, Ritz-Carlton. They want you to cross the street to cross, which is a really good idea because you can't see those cars coming up the hill. Like, no joke. I know you want to be lazy and cross over there, but you can't see the cars coming up. And they would usually be coming up pretty fast, you know, like 30 miles an hour. So this here is California Street. If we continue to go straight, we'll hit the Embarcadero and Market actually. But for now, we're just gonna go We're gonna go this way. It's a pretty fancy hotel. It's also in a very quiet neighborhood. I'm gonna keep it real. Because if you think about it, this street doesn't have a lot of traffic because this street's kind of like a dead street. Because remember, there's that tunnel underneath the street, right? So there's that one block that doesn't really count. There's this block. This block doesn't really count that much either. And there's like another block, it kind of, you know, cars drive down it, but it doesn't really count. Like it's not gonna be a noisy street, you know? On the flip side, Pine Street, this street here, and California Street, this other one on the other side, both of them are gonna be a whole lot more, both of them are gonna be a lot noisier, for sure. UPS riding up that hill. Look at this big hill, yo. What a hill. We're going downhill if you didn't know. And it's just so nice to see, you know, the place come back to life after, you know, the 2 years of lockdowns. Well, you know, lockdowns, and it's kind of like it was off and on because like sometimes it was cool to go out and sometimes it wasn't, you know. So I don't want to say it was like a lockdown the whole time, but you get what I mean. This is the other side of Stockton here. There's a spa right there. I wonder if there's like a massage place. You can go get you a massage, you know. Sit down and relax. Kind of cool watching the traffic from this angle. Don't watch the traffic from this angle often, let me tell you. Let's take the stairs down. Let's get down there. Go get in front of that spa. Area under video surveillance. So what does that mean? Like after the crime happens, you guys will have a video of it? That's what that means. After whatever happens, we got a video for you, so we can share it to your friends after you gone, you know. This is the tunnel. So if we would have went there, it would have been like 3 blocks, 4 blocks, but it would have been in that noisy tunnel. And so much better without being in that noisy tunnel. Man, this place used to be so freaking busy, yo. It used to always be a line in front, and now it's I don't see nobody out front. Well, I guess those girls, they just popped in line. Let's Yes. I guess we'll go down to Market, and then from Market we'll like drop the video. Huh, this used to be CVS. I used to pick up here all the time. But that place is gone. They used to have oh, it's still there. I was gonna say, I thought that used to be a stairwell, but the stairwell's there. There's this little park here. It's like the Apple store. This here just takes us down to Post Street. But if you go up here, there's like this little park, you know. It's connected to the Apple store. This is like the back side of the Apple store here. It's super windy over here for some reason. I guess the buildings walking along this street's blocking it very well. There you have it. You got the Apple store. Let's walk through the square. Let's see what's going on over here. Walk through the square. See what's going on over here. It looks to be pretty quiet today. Yeah, it's super quiet. Now, back in the day when the city would have a lot of tourists, and when I mean by back in the day when the city had a lot of tourists, I'm talking about this hotel and this hotel and this hotel and, you know, a lot more of these other smaller hotels that you can't see from this angle. That hotel over there, you know, when these hotels were like full of people, or not necessarily full of people, but like, you know, anywhere from 50% to 100% capacity, you know. Oh yeah, you would see a place like this always busy, you know, like all the time. Like all the time, because you just have like so many people in the city, you have so many people out doing stuff. So yeah, it kind of worked out that way. I don't want to disrupt these birds. I don't know what was going on there. That was weird. Yes, yes, yes. So it looks like we'll go down Powell. It's Gary Street. I always like to call it Jerry Street for some reason. This is definitely that time of the year when it's always, when we have those crazy sunsets in the city. Yeah, like these sunsets. I always tell myself to be out during sunset, you know. Even if I'm like just out sitting around, or if I'm out like cycling going somewhere, I'm like just be out during sunset. It's so nice right now this time of year. I want to say like other times of the year, like of course there's always a sunset, but it doesn't have the same, like it doesn't look the same, you know. It's just it just looks really nice right now. I noticed this building, it's really, really dirty on the outside. It looks like dusty and stuff. And then of course we got the cops busting U-turns down here. But I guess these streets are like basically closed off to cars anyway, you know. You have to, I think if you're checking into one of these hotels, you can drive on the street or something weird like that. I mean, I just remember back in the day, it would be like way more people crossing the street, you know? Man, people out here getting around, yo. Yes, out here going from point A, getting over to point B, you know what I'm saying? This is some parking job. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm like, oh gosh, I just tripped big time. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, y'all. Make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Who knows what your homeboy Jermaine will be doing around here. And anyway, if you watch to the end of this video, I want you to type number 19 in the comments down below. That way I'll know you watched to the end. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out, yo.